Folks, I think they sold my information. You must follow the law. The law says...
Glorious. Is it a lawsuit? Probably. Why not?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law with attorney Larry Forman. Folks, I want to tell you about an incident that I had a couple of months ago, which I did not anticipate is going to lead to this rabbit hole that I am in right now, and they still will not stop bothering me. So a couple of months ago, I had this ad pop up on Facebook, and I wish I could show it to you. It has since disappeared. I haven't even thought about screenshotting it. Nothing really was out of the ordinary that made me go, maybe I'm going to need this in the future. I don't even remember the name of the company, and frankly, I don't want to share it because I don't want to give them any publicity because they are the most annoying thing that I have had to deal with in recent times. What happened? So the company advertised a low-rate loan that you can borrow up to $3 million, which, by God, who's going to need that amount of money, especially if you're running a business? I'm certain that you're not going to just reach out to some Facebook ad to get that kind of money. You're going to find angel investors. You're going to go to, the proper sources. But, okay, whatever. These people are claiming that they will give you up to $3 million for your business if you need it. And I thought, well, it might be interesting to kind of borrow some money. I'm expanding. I was expanding. I still am expanding into the personal injury arena. For those of you who don't know, I do personal injury now, car accidents and all that good stuff. So if you're in a car accident, please feel free to reach out. And I'll tell you folks, anywhere in the United States, by the way, and I'll tell you folks, it's been a disaster. I filled out the form and I thought, well, let's see the terms. The terms were atrocious. They were asking for 16.99 all the way up to 24.99% APR, which is worse than any loan, any home equity line of credit that you might be eligible for, or even credit cards. Some credit cards beat that APR. And I said, okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. I am not paying that. No, thank you. And I thought that would be the end of it. Little did I know that was just going to be the beginning. So after I said no, thank you, the next day, I got another email from the same company saying, so have you thought about your options? We'd love to give you a loan, probably reviewed my credit score, blah, 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 which is pretty good. And they're like, okay, we want to give you this money. Take our money. And I said, folks, no thanks. I'm good. I appreciate you. I don't want your money. And I thought that would be the end of it. The next day, they reached out again, this time by phone. They called me. I said, listen, buddy, what part of I don't want to do business do you not understand? I sent you guys an email. I sent you guys another email. Now you're calling me. Do not call me. I am not giving you any authority to call me anymore. Put me on your do not call list. And he seemed very shocked, like, oh my goodness, oh dear me. Like, why are you so angry at me? I don't know. Put two and two together. Are you crazy? So I thought that would be the end of it. I have been bombarded pretty much with about a text message every 2 days with a different name from a different company with a different number, which I had to send time and time again to spam, saying like, hi, I'm Bobby. Hi, I'm Randy. So listen, are you looking to borrow that? Do you still need that money? Just wanted to make sure if you needed that money. Folks, I think they sold my information. That's how these companies really make money. They give you a loan here and there and they make some interest on the loans that they disperse to individuals. But this is some of the most heinous crap I've ever had to deal with. Short of when you buy a house, yes, they're the mortgage warranty, the home warranty, they bother you for about a month or two after you purchase a home, but then they kind of leave you alone. But those come in letter form usually. They don't have access to your phone number. See, the problem is when I filled out the form, they asked for a phone number and I gave it to them. Okay, stupid me. Fine. That was my mistake. But now my information is being sold out there on the internet, and I'm being contacted by dozens and dozens and dozens of other companies who are just trying to see, well, maybe I will get lucky. Forget the customer and their interest in what they may want to do. Maybe he changed his mind, which I did, realizing how insane the rates are, and this is not something I want to get myself into with some of these loaner shark companies. Maybe the customer has already went a different route and they already got their loan, so maybe I should stop bugging them. Or maybe just wait for the customer to go to the bank themselves or whatever they're going to do and get their loan and you know, try and negotiate a much better rate. No. Forget all of that. Let me just keep bombarding him with text messages until eventually I get what I want. Folks, that is nothing short of harassment. I am this close. I am this close to actually hiring an attorney and going after some of these companies. The only problem is there's just so many of them. I think I need to go after the original one that I reached out to, because they're the ones who sold my information. So let this be a warning to you. You know, and I, as an attorney, you would think like, oh, you're a lawyer, Larry. Come on, how do you not know these things? Well, you know, sometimes even lawyers, we make mistakes. So I fell into this trap, and now I'm dealing with the harassment. It is absolutely atrocious and unbelievable to be receiving about a text message every 2 days, a text message a day. For a while, it was quite frequent. Just bombarding me, Larry, do you need the money? Do you need the money? Do you need the money? It's relentless. It is abhorrent behavior by a lot of these companies. They don't care about the customer. All they care about is making money, which is fine. Okay, it's a business model. But to be cold reaching out to an individual who has filled out a form one time, that's all I'm guilty of. One time I filled out a form. I'll tell you another story. I remember about 2.5 years ago, I was considering buying a home. This is before I met Chandler, my fiance. I remember I was looking at a couple of options, and a buddy of mine reached out and said, hey, I may have a home for you. Can I run a credit check? And I said, very stupidly so, because I trusted him. He was a friend from college. I said, sure, go ahead. Run a credit check. Folks, what came after was a disaster. So not only did he do a hard check, he insisted that he's going to only do a soft check on my credit. It was not a soft check. He did a hard check on my credit. And he has infiltrated my credit score, thereby unleashing a massive wave of lenders who are like, ooh, come with me, come to me. We will help you. In 2 weeks, folks, I received about 88 phone calls. 88 phone calls in 2 weeks. And then they kind of started dropping off after that, and they became more and more sporadic. Be very, very careful whom you permit to do hard checks on your credit, or which forms you fill out on Facebook for loans or mortgages. Because if you have a high enough credit score, if you have good enough credit, they just will not leave you alone. I remember even when we bought this house, Chandler and I last year, when we bought this house, we looked into a mortgage, obviously. And not 6 months. We've owned the house for 6 months. I got a call from the company to refinance. And I said, okay, sure. You know what the refinancing costs were? They were over $10,000. I think they were about $15,000 fee to refinance, just to lower it by 1 percentage point. I am telling you guys, these companies have completely lost their minds. Be careful who you do business with. Be careful who you get in bed with, because some of these people, they just don't care. I even called my lender and I said, yo, like, what is going on? Why are they coming after me? And she said, like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that they should not be doing this, especially 6 months. This is a 30-year mortgage. 30 years. They did not even wait. You know, I still have 29 years and 6 months on my mortgage, and they're already phoning me up and saying, hey, would you like to refinance? Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. The closing costs of refinancing would have cost more than I have paid to the principal for the house up until that point. Do you understand how barbaric that behavior is? Anyway, I just wanted to blabble about this a little bit because it's disgusting. A lot of these companies just have no scruples, no care in the world. They just want your money, and that's all they're after. So, folks, I want to thank you all for watching. I love every single one of you. I hope you learned something. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. This is the DY guy signing off. Bye, everybody.